Hello again, Baccarat lovers everywhere. This is Smart Money Group, and we're presenting the new Bet the Loser Switch 3 system. Now, this new system covers all chops, streaks, and terrible 2 patterns, and the 2-1-2-1. This is an 8-step float betting system designed to hit your $100 session goal quickly. Below is your flow chart. Always bet the loser except after a 3-hand winning streak from either banker or player. Bet the winner after a 3-hand streak. Upon 1 loss, then go back to bet the loser and end your session after you reach your $100 shoe balance. Now, let's go to the simulator. Okay, we're at our simulator, and I'm bringing up the results of some of the sessions that have been played today, which is November the 15th, and this is just an example of the success that we've had with this particular system. And we're ending up winning more hands than losing, which is a little bit better statistically than bet the winner. So without further ado, let's get into the very first shoe. And we're going to be playing the $10 minimum bet. And again, this is bet the loser except after a 3-hand streak. So the first thing you want to do is let's find out who the loser is. So we deal the first hand, and the loser is going to be banker. So it's going to be $10 on banker betting on the loser, and the result is a banker win. Now, picking up the chops, it does it automatically. So your next bet is bet the loser who lost was player. So it's $10 on player. Okay, so we have a banker win. We now go to the next level, which is $30 on player who lost, and banker won again. Now remember the rule. After a 3-hand streak, we then switch to banker. So the next level is $70 on banker. Let's make that bet. $70 on banker. Let's see what happens. And banker won. Now you continue on the banker bet until you lose. So we go back to $10 on banker. Remember, our shoe balance we're after is $100. So player won. So what do? We bet the loser, which is banker, and the next bet is going to be $30 on banker. So let's make that bet. Banker was the loser, and it won. So now our shoe balance is $60, and we want to then now bet on the loser, which is going to be player, but this time I'm betting $40. Remember, we're floating, and I'm floating to hit my $100 shoe balance goal. So my bet's going to be $40 on player. And player won. Now, we've hit our goal. Let's finish and save this shoe. And we're going to take a look at our chart. And this might have taken a total of 4 to 5 minutes, maybe. Okay, let's look at the results on the played shoes. And we're going to edit, paste, and then we're going to look at the results. Okay, so in this particular shoe, we had 4 wins, as you can see, with 3 losses. Never threatened ever, and again, the shoe took almost no time at all. Let's play another session. Okay, start a new shoe, and let's get our minimum bet up. So again, we're going to wait for the first hand to see who the loser is. That's a tie. We'll do it again. Another tie. Happens a lot in the beginning of shoes. So banker happens to be the winner. That means the loser is player. So it's $10 on player. And player won. The next loser is banker. So you repeat it, $10 on banker. It's going to pick up the chop. And it did. So it picks up the chops, terrible 2s, the 2-1s automatically. Automatically. Next loser is player, $10 on player, and it picked up that chop. Next loser is $10 on banker, Okay, and player 1. So now the loser was banker. Next bet is $30 on banker. And banker won. Okay. Now, who lost? The player. So now we're going to bet $10 on player. And banker won. So next bet would be $30 on player because player lost. And player won. Okay, so our shoe balance, folks, $70. Our next bet, you see the terrible twos. Our next bet, who lost? Banker. So our next bet's going to be $30 on banker. And banker won. Again, we just finished the shoe, $100 shoe balance, very easily, never threatened at all. And as you can see, it picked up the chop, terrible twos, and back to a chop. So let's finish this shoe, and we're going to save it. As we do all our shoes, that's how you learn, and you can replay back the shoe if you like. Let's go to the results, and let's see what happened as far as wins and losses. There you go. Won 6, lost 2. Looks like a pretty good flat betting system as well. Okay, let's go back and we'll close this out, and let's play another session. Okay, start a new shoe. And our $10 minimum bet. Let's see who the loser is going to be. And that's a tie. So the loser is banker. So let's bet $10 on banker, the loser. And player 1. Next bet is $30 on banker, who is the loser. And player 1. Now, here's where you do the switch. We're switching now to player because it's 3 in a row, 3 players in a row. The bet is switched now to player, and the next betting level is $70. So let's put $70 on player and see what happens. And banker won. So now, perfect example, you go back to bet the loser. The loser is player. So the next bet is $140 on player. And player won. Take a look at your shoe balance. It's at positive $30. Who's the loser? Banker. It's $10. Go back to the original $10 bet on banker. And banker won. Who's the loser? Player. So we bet $10 on player, picking up that chop. Okay, so now banker won. The next level is $30 on the loser, which is player. Let's put $30 on our loser, player. And banker won again. Now, we go back to that 3-hand switch. It's right here, 3-hand switch. Our next bet is $70, but this time on the banker, because we're going to switch. 3 hands in a row, you switch. Whoops, let's go back to $70. Got to be exact. And here we go. Banker, bet. Player won. Now what do? You go back to the loser, who is banker, and it's $140. That's the next level on banker. And player won. So now we go to the next level. Look at your shoe balance. This is where we want to close the shoe out as soon as possible. Who is the loser is banker. Your next bet is $310 on banker. See if we can close out this shoe. 310 on banker. And player won. So now your next bet, remember, here comes a 3-hand streak, is going to be $620 on the player. That's your 20. Let's get the 6 up there. This will close out the shoe if we win. And we did. Okay, so our shoe balance is $100. And we're going to now finish this shoe and save it. That's why betting the streaks after a 3-hand win is important. So you're coming off of the losing bet going on to the streaks. So this covers even the streaks. Let's go to results. This time we did lose more hands than we won, but still came out a winner. Let's see how many hands we've... So here's another good example. Although you might have lost 8 hands and only won 3, you're still up $100. Excellent. Okay, let's close this out and play one more session. Start a new shoe. Get our $10 minimum bet going. Let's see who the big loser is, and it's, of course, a tie. Let's go it again. Okay, banker. So your loser really is player, $10 on player. And banker came out, and our loser is still player, so it's $30 on player. And that's a tie. Let's rebet. And that's another loss. So now go back to the switch. We have 3 bankers in a row. Next bet is $70 on banker. And banker won. So now we continue until we lose. $10 on banker. Stay on banker. Player just came out. So now the loser is still banker, so it's $30 on banker. And banker won. All right, our shoe balance is $50. The loser is player, so let's bet $10 on player. Hopefully we can pick up a chop. And we did, so it's chopping. Who's the loser? Banker, so it's $10 on banker as the loser, and that one. See how nice we pick up the chop. But now look at the shoe balance. Shoe balance is the key. We're at $70. So your next bet is going to be $30 on who? The loser. Who is who? The player. And there you have it. We picked up the streak. We picked up the chop. You've got your $100 shoe balance, and you might have done this in maybe 5 to 7 minutes. That's how fast. So with this system, covers everything, you should be able to win $100 between 8 and 10 minutes. Every 8 and 10 minutes, you should be able to win $100. It's that easy. I want to thank you all for watching. Please contact us if you have any questions at info@smart-moneygroup.com. That's info@smartmoneygroup.com. And I just want to make one mention. This is regarding the genius GOAT. You got it, Christopher Mitchell. He had the nerve to take our system, bet the winner, put it on his YouTube channel, forgot all about the tweaks, and then tried to get people to bet more than $200 on a minimum bet on a dollar minimum table. He doesn't understand the game. He's giving people all the wrong information, and there was a lot of complaints about that. He doesn't understand the game at all, and he thinks he's a professional gambler. He's not a professional gambler. He's the GOAT's ass. That's what he is. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and win some money.